We're on a mission following a demining squad in southern Ukraine, searching for the ugly and dangerous residue of war. It takes hours of driving, hundreds of kilometers on roads pockmarked by battle, sometimes headed into dangerous territory. This day, the expert crew from Mykolaiev's emergency services has been directed to a spot in the forest. A farmer alerted them. Just under the surface, they find a Grad rocket, left here after Russia pounded this area in March. They need to dig it out and get rid of it. Laying explosives and a charge, they retreat, and so do we, far away. This is one of tens of thousands of potential time bombs lying in Ukraine. What else do you find out here?
Ствольна артилерія різних калібрів.
Artillery, aerial bombs, cluster ammunition, anti-tank mines. There are a lot of things, says Dmitry Zakharov. South of Mykolaiv, towards Russian-occupied territory, you can see the battle in the distance. A Smerch rocket landed here just days ago, leaving its signature. This part isn't lethal anymore as the team digs it out. But what it brought is, this didn't explode on impact, but there's concern it could still. Ukraine estimates there are about 160,000 square kilometers of landmines and unexploded ordnances, littered all over, particularly in the south and east part of the country. Between 10 and 30% of explosive weapons do not explode as intended. This time, we're not allowed to see the detonation in a secure and sensitive area. But crouched behind the truck, we can hear it. Raining dirt and debris over us. On this road, in March, Russian troops were pushed back by Ukrainian forces. Still strategic ground, so it needs to be cleared. Do you think you'll be doing this for months or years, trying to clear this area? More than 5 years, he thinks, to rid the whole country of unexploded ordnances. Ukraine has already removed more than 80,000 pieces. The U.S. has committed $89 million more for demining teams. But every day the war goes on, there's more work for this team.
Well, Susan, you spent 3 weeks in Ukraine recently, and the war has shifted in that time, but the threat posed by these explosives could get even worse.
Yes, of course, Janella. As Ukraine advances into Russian-controlled territory and Russian forces retreat, the response, well, it's a barrage of missile attacks, more of them. And we saw that as Ukraine very publicly showed it had retaken areas around Kharkiv 2 weeks back. And Russia pounded Kharkiv again with rockets knocking out power. They call it missile terror, and Russia is still capable of large-scale destruction. And what we saw with those ordnances lying in the ground, not only did they not explode, they missed their targets. So some of it is random shelling. So even as these front lines move, it is terrifying for people to live in these areas. And these deadly pieces of metal in the ground could be so destructive for years to come.
Susan Ormiston, thank you.